All right, so last week we talked about Matthew chapter 18. We also did Matthew chapter 5, and we talked about forgiveness, and we talked about what forgiveness looked like. So I want you to look at those scripture verses again, and I want you to look at it from that point of view, and then watch this video clip.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about it, because I think you clearly have a lot of people going, why would you do that? Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl, and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand, because, I mean, listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love his music, he's a talented guy, but to hit a girl...
Yeah, because I know both of them, and it's my house, and I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to. That's number one. Number two is that I'm the type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody. And so if a friend or friends ask me for a favor, then I'm going to be there for a favor as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation that they're in. I'm not going to get involved in it. I'm not going to pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm going to be there as a friend. But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not going to do this or do that. It's a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support. That was it.
I think you were coming from a place of a friendship and of kindness and support. And it's just, it's hard for me, and I don't believe in judgment either, but I don't want any girl out there thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
I don't think...
And I don't mean to put you in this, because it's not you.
No, but you all putting me in it, so I'm going to speak on it. I don't think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, and I don't think it's right. I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults, and people that have been in relationships. We know sometimes those relationships get ugly, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out. And it's a lot of stones being thrown, and we don't know exactly what's going on. These are two young individuals. We need to pray for them, and we need to give certain support, but you don't need to start just saying that you know something that you don't know. You wasn't in that car. I wasn't in that car, and it isn't right for him to put his hands on her or her to put his hands on him. And we don't know what the problem is, but we need to pray for them, and we need to do things to support them. And that's all I want to say about it.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I want to support them.
All right, so last week we talked about the topic of forgiveness. We looked at Matthew chapter 18, we looked at Matthew chapter 5, and we went through the scriptures, and we found out how Jesus viewed forgiveness. Now we have the story, and we see Mr. P. Diddy, and Diddy is a friend of both of them. So question I have for you guys is, do you think Diddy did the right thing? Do you think Diddy did the right thing by reconciling them back together? And my second question is, what would your response be if you were friends with them? So if you were in Diddy's position, what would you have done to try and initiate some sort of reconciliation? Or would you initiate reconciliation? What would you do in Diddy's shoes? We'll be back.